Good afternoon, everybody. So, a piece of my mind. 12 years ago, I was in grade 5. Normal year, nothing different, everybody knows everybody. Except for that one new student. He is 95% normal. You don't see anything different in him until you talk to him and you figure out that there's 5% missing. He's awkward, he makes you feel offended, and then you reach the conclusion. He's mentally ill. He's handicapped. So a gang have formed, and I was among them, of 5 students who made it their mission to make this kid's days miserable as it could get. We intended on intentionally bullying him. Every day we'll gather up, we'll make plans, we will throw his bag out of the window, we'll hide his homeworks, we'll hit him. In sports, we will just go all out and gang against him. So that continued for 2 years, and we successfully made him get out of school. But once we hit middle school, we all dispersed. Nobody knows anybody anymore. Everybody went to their own journey. And then came my journey. I used to sit in my room, that was in grade 8, every single day for at least 3 hours, staring at the wall, just thinking about that stupid mistake that I made. Like, what the hell did I do? And why did I do it? And every day, I'd think about it, I'll be like, what if people got to know about that? Like, a lot of people respect me, and I managed to do it without nobody knowing about it. Not my family, not my parents. And then I start to ask myself, like, would I be abandoned? Like, why do I deserve anybody to care about me? I'm such a miserable creature. And on and on and on. And I lived those fears for a very extended period. And then it hit me, I was like, the worst thing that I've done? It's emotional manipulation. What I've done to that kid is emotionally manipulating him out of my way, out of success maybe. He just lost opportunities. For what? Because I had something missing in me. It's not about him, anything wrong with him. It's about something wrong with me. And that became one of the biggest sins in my book. I insist on the word sin, not mistake. Because emotionally manipulating people is a sin that I would never forgive anyone who would do it, and I don't forgive myself for doing it. So, but then when you question this thing, like, do we all manipulate each other? Don't we do that? Like, teachers manipulate students to think in a certain way. Parents manipulate their kids to think in a certain way and not think in another way. When we motivate each other, we all do it. And here's like, I was going crazy. And I started questioning myself, am I insane? Or maybe I should ask, what is sanity? Sanity, the way I see it, is like a roof. A roof that needs pillars to hold it steady fast. Those pillars are the beliefs that makes you valuable. Religion, what you believe in, gives you a value. Wealth, how much do you have? How much do you value yourself amongst your peers? Makes you a value, gives you a value. How intelligent you are, what did you achieve? All of those things give you value and makes you sane or makes you valuable and gives you the power to move on, to live another day. But then what makes all of those true? They're all assumptions. What you assume about yourself is different from what I assume about myself. As one of the writers have said before, the only true religion is your religion. So it's truly an assumption. Here's this weird thing, like, we're all living our lives based on assumptions. You all see yourselves valuable based on assumptions. You have goals based on assumptions. So then what? Do I just like give up on myself? What's the point? Everybody's delusional and I am with them, We're all living in an illusion. So what's there? That was the second biggest problem that I faced in my entire life, giving up. Did I have the right when I got my life? Did I have the right for it? Did I have the right to choose who were my parents and how much do I have and where I am now? Or just to be alive? Nobody offered that to me. So since I didn't have the right for that, I don't have the right to give up. You don't have the right to give up. It's not in the options list. You just simply don't have it. You will die in your time, and you don't have time. You don't have the option to take that life away. So never ever giving up. That's a mistake that I won't forgive anyone to do, or I don't forgive myself when I do it. That's why I'm known as a motivational speaker in university, based on that. But here's a bigger question. So we're all talking about life, illusion, and stuff like that. What's life? Life for me is a river. You kayak your way through it. The river goes one way. You can't go backward. You can't stop yourself. And if you don't know how to kayak, you better learn that because you will drown. You just go on with it. As in kayaking, you know there is an end. You don't see it, but you know you will reach there. You would die. Eventually, that's life. But in kayaking, you would reach an end. Somewhere you would stop. But along the journey, you get hurt emotionally. You lose relationships. You lose money. You lose dear friends. You lose a lot. But you go on with it. Life goes on and on and on. So here, I tried to think about it from a different perspective, about everything that I said so far. And there, engineering came as an inspiring field. This is a graph I Googled from Google Images. It's random. And I tried to make sense of it and link everything together based on the things that I've learned in university. It's like, what if we put this axis as potential? And this axis as acceptance. But accepting what? Accepting unknown, uncertainty, doubt. So, as humans, we all doubt. We all question. It's just us. But the less you question, the more closed-minded you become. The closed-minded people, they don't like questioning. If you tell them something, they would tell you, no. I think it's that. Don't change my mind. But if you question too much, you become crazy, insane. Drug addicts, by the way, they question a lot. They live in a different dimension. Mystics. What are mystics? They infuse themselves and they go to another dimension of questioning. But they became crazy. So somewhere in between is an optimal way, it is an optimal place where you find the maximum potential, where you would excel. That's how I view questioning the world and accepting doubts and unknowns and just living life knowing that you won't have answers for everything. And now at this stage, I ask myself, back to the pillar picture. So should I have more beliefs about myself? Like as I move on in life, I became a chemical engineer. In 33 days, as Saad said, we'll graduate, become engineers. So that's another pillar. I want to do masters, another pillar. I'm doing TED Talk, that's another pillar. Should I add those as pillars? A lot of them, to the extent that I protect my mind from the storms of doubts around me. Or should I just remove all of them and keep the necessary ones so I can see the world at large? So I can absorb things from the world beyond me. Let's take a break from all of that. What will happen next? Life will go on, you will die, we will die, everybody will die, and that's it, whether you ask yourself these questions or not. So the point that I'm trying to make here is that make that worth it, make this journey worth it. Questioning life, questioning uncertainties is just for you. It wouldn't benefit anybody else. Finally, you should know that the sky is not the limit. Set your belief system, the way you view the world. Thank you.